Afternoon, folks. Scott Watts here at Watts Way Farms. Thanks for tuning in for another farm video. And this probably won't be a very long video today, but what started off as just a quick little go give the cows a bale or two of hay turned into a really busy day here on the farm. Looks like we've kicked off calf season 2022 and a few other things. So hope you stick around and show you what we got going on. So if you've been following along with my videos, you know that I've had the cows over here in these woods for the last almost 30 days now. The plan was to leave them there, or actually over 30 days, been almost 45 days. The plan had been to leave them there till the end of March, which is in about 8 days, and by then the grass should be big enough to let them start eating grass. Well, I came out here. I've actually dropped one bale of hay. I don't know if you can see it up there. I brought 2 bales of hay out to give them, and normally it's not a problem whatsoever, but they all started bawling and just raising Cain, and literally one of them jumped the fence like he was like a horse at one of those equine jumping shows, and then 2 or 3 followed, and it turned into a mess. And I think what's happening is they are seeing all this green grass, which I don't think is quite ready for them to eat, but they didn't care. What I did was I just came off right up here is where their water is at, and so I just ran a quick little paddock right here because this grass on the side of this hill is pretty lush, and decided I'd give them that and 1 bale of hay, so that way they'll still get some hay, some roughage, you know, make that transition over from hay to grass a little bit better. We've been for the last month and a half been adding the high mag mineral, put them out, you know, grass tetany, I'm not sure I'm not saying that right. It's something, you know, all farmers are concerned with this time of year. But anyway, I've never had a problem with it in the past, but this is what I do. So, but when I came out, one of the first things I discovered was that our herd had actually increased by 1. We had our first calf drop probably yesterday, and I was able to get a picture of it, which I'll insert here. But then I went back to the shed to get, you know, the ear tags and whatnot, and it's almost like Mama knew what was coming next. So yeah, so we tag our cows. The first 2 digits is the year, so 22 being this 22, and then the 01, it just means it's the first calf born. So, and then 2202, 2203. But I swear that mama cow, the heifer, this is Mayflower, she was a heifer calf, or a heifer cow, this is her first baby. It's like she whispered in her ear, hey, you better hide because he's coming back with an ear tag and some pliers to pull some tail hair out of you for DNA testing and registration's sake. And I cannot find that little guy or little girl anywhere now. All right, so the whole herd's on the move. I'm trying to pick out one, but this is Mayflower, the one whose back end is here. That's the mama of the calf that just was born. Now Mayflower came to us, her mama's in this herd as well. I bought her in early 2019, mid 2019, I forget the exact date. She was a calf, and she's matured, and her my bull right there is the only bull she's ever been exposed to, so that's the daddy, and that's her. But what I really wanted to show y'all, and the reason I grabbed the camera was in searching for the baby calf. I looked at this cow here. This is Shady Lady. She's a, I forget, I don't have it in front of me. I'll put it on the screen in editing, but she's 8-year-old, 7-year-old, I forget. She was the first one to calf last year, and she calved at around this exact time. 2101 is her calf, and if you look, I mean, she is bagged up something ferocious. And now that I walk behind her, you can see, I don't know if you can or not, but there's a lot going on back there. I think I thought she was pushing pretty good earlier. So I think there's a little one, her second calf on our farm is about to spring forth. So I'm not gonna make y'all watch the whole time, but I'm gonna hang out here for a little while and see if I can get some footage of her going into labor. Probably gonna go back and see if I can find 2201 from wherever that little girl's hiding out on this pasture as well. So stay tuned. Yep, I'm sure you can't see, but there's that little booger. Let me zoom in all the way right there. Let me walk a little bit closer. Tell me when you can see it or see her. There she is. So I'm not be able to film me catching her, and she out of focus there, catching her and tagging her, as I'm here by myself, and just don't know how I would do that. So now I'm gonna, she's still baby enough. I suspect she was born this morning or yesterday, because she's not in that what I call zoomer mode, so they're quite easy to catch. So I'm gonna catch her, tag her, and then I'll either leave her here, or I may put her back with the herd, only because I moved the herd up to that front pasture. Though they can still get back to this back lane, and actually now I changed my mind. I'm gonna just leave her be till Mrs. Watsway Farms get here. Mrs. Watsway Farms likes to catch them and put them back, so I'll just leave her here until she gets here and let her do it. So she actually took a little bit of a run for it right when I went to catch her, but not that I'm fast, but she's pretty slow, so catching her wasn't a problem. And as you can see, she still got her umbilical cord on her. 2201, she gonna learn about that fence fast enough. Now all I'm gonna do is her mama's way over there through them trees, so I'll just kind of easy walk her back over there, and then we'll check on the other mama, see if she's coming along with her baby. Alright, well, as suspected, I mean, I'm zoomed all the way in on this thing, but mama is not gonna let me get too close. Let's see if the bull moves out of the way. Let me get there's mama and baby. And she moved behind the bull again. Yeah, you can see mama staying right on, just following little baby around like she should. Let's find the other mama, or the one I think's about to be a mama, see how she's progressing. Still no more there. She did one what looked like a pretty good push. At first I thought she was just pooping, but she had her tail in the air and arched and for quite a while. So we're gonna probably just watch her for a little while from a distance and see how things progress. My guess is, as much I'd like to catch the birth and maybe even film it for all of y'all, I suspect it's not going to happen. See how her tail's up now, but my guess is that it'll get dark, she still won't have that baby, and we'll come out in the morning and the baby will be there. So we shall see how it develops. Thought I'd get a little footage while I can. Little baby nursing while mama eats grass. Just getting to witness this. About as good as life gets right here. I'm telling you, this is definitely my happy place. So, kind of as expected, I hung out for a few hours watching Shady Lady. That's the cow that we think is in labor, to see if she dropped her baby, and it didn't happen. Now, what I mentioned earlier, which I fully expected to happen, was to come out here this morning and see a new calf. Oh, that part didn't happen. Let me show you what we got. So I don't know how close I'll be able to get, but as you can see, things have definitely progressed. See a lot of, I guess that's part of the placenta or whatever hanging out. I just got out here. Mrs. Wattsway Farms has been out here for a couple hours and said she was separated from the herd. She just in the last couple of minutes got up and I guess walked back over to the herd, and then she did see her also pushing earlier. She was just eating just prior to her, grazing a little bit just prior to me starting this little bit of footage. And so now we've got the, I guess the other dilemma to deal with. Do we just kind of stand back and watch as the day goes on, or do we get concerned and then try to get her to the vet to see if we've got a stuck calf in there? It's been, I guess, about, let's see, since yesterday when we first saw that little bit of, I guess, that sack hanging out of her. It's been, I guess, 12-15 hours since that. I don't know, we'll give her another, I'm guessing, an hour or so, and then maybe we'll make a decision. This mom, again, she's 7 or 8 years old, so she's right in her prime. She had a calf on her when we got her. That's actually standing right in front of her, Annie calf. That's her calf from 2 years ago, right in front of her, that came out okay. We got 2101 from last year's calf. No problems there. So I don't want to overreact. I don't think there's any danger that Eric, the bull laying down right there, just put such a big calf in her that she can't deliver it. But we may be a little hypersensitive as well. You know, last year we lost a calf due to breech birth, and then lost the mom as well back a week or so later, even though the vet gave her all kinds of anti-infection whatever type medication. She died about a week later. So we may be a little hypersensitive to this, and I don't know, maybe we should just let things progress, but we'll give it a little bit longer and then we'll decide. Okay, so it's actually a couple hours later now. We ended up loading Shady Lady up into, well, we put her in the squeeze chute first, and Mrs. Wattsway Farms took a feel. And you know, when it comes to this level of animal husbandry, we're just still too new to trust what we're feeling, and she didn't feel anything. And so we went in and made the call. She was in the chute anyway, so getting her into the trailer from there was pretty easy to do. So we loaded her up, took her the 50-minute drive to our vet, waited on him for a few minutes to come out of surgery. He come out, did a feel, and said, there's no calf in here. So, and what was hanging out of her was just a retained placenta. The vet did say that it probably should not have hung around for that long, but with cows, it's not like horses or other animals where you got to worry about that'll cause problems and kill them, that it'll eventually work itself out. So we may have overreacted a little bit here, loading up, taking her to the vet versus letting nature take its course. But as I said earlier, with last year where we went to let nature take its course and that breech birth just didn't work, which we didn't know it was breech at the time, but that one turned out to be breech and we lost the calf and the mama. So anyway, we got her back here, and the vet said, you know, you've got a calf somewhere out there on your farm. And as soon as we unloaded her, this little guy right here came galloping up out of the woods. He is already a zoomer. We tried for just a couple of minutes to catch him to put an ear tag on him, and that just wasn't happening. And so mama took to him, a couple calls, and mama was there. I don't know why that steer, Hamburger is his name, is getting all interested in Shady Lady. He's headed for freezer camp this fall. But anyway, as you can see, we got a bouncing baby boy calf. He's nursing just good on mama, and Hamburger there. Now we can get some good footage. So yep, so now that's the third calf of Shady Lady here. We bought her, she had one calf on her side, Annie, who should have be dropped a couple years ago, so she's now 2 years old. She should be having a calf any day now. We've got 2101, which is in the calf pen, and now we have her bull calf for this year, 2202. I was kind of expecting a bull calf out of her this year. Just statistically, her last 2 years have been heifers, so I thought for sure we'd get a bull this year, and looks like we did. So he will not be registered or DNA tested, any of that. We know his mama, we know his daddy. His daddy is that bull you see the back end of right there, and he will make his way to freezer camp in about 29 months from now. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this video. You found something useful in here. You know, we learn something new every day. This has definitely been a learning day for us. We definitely didn't plan for today to include a trip to the vet the next town over, but now we got 2 calves and probably about a dozen more to come. So stick around and follow along, and we'll go through the 2022 calving season together. Thanks again.